Aloha and welcome to a special edition of Beachwalks. You can find us at beachwalks.tv. So as regular viewers of Beachwalks know, Roxanne is in Detroit this week with her family, and I had the fortune of being notified on Twitter that a world traveler had found their way to Hawaii, and that is No Neck. We have No Neck with us today. You can follow him at twitter.com/NoNeck, and we're at the Arizona Memorial today here at Pearl Harbor because No Neck has worked on a project, and I wanted to get a little bit of information from you on that.
One of my last really successful projects at a little private consultant firm was a partnership between Echo Ditto, Trellin, and the National Park Service to build this amazing site that would capture the oral and photographic and written histories of Pearl Harbor survivors.
How?
And well, it would use Drupal, my favorite open source content management system, and a bunch of other technologies. Where and really the key part of the project was the 1-800 number, where people could call in and they would record a story. They could get multiple parties to call in on the story, get a PIN number, log into the website, register that PIN number, and then that oral history and that interviewed would that be up on the site.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And is it live? Is it still in the works? Did it?
Yeah, it's called PearlHarborStories.com.
Oh, okay. We'll put it on the show.
Yeah, and the main reason, I mean, besides the fact that I worked on that project, I come from a military family. Both of my parents were in the Air Force. My father served in World War II in Korea, and my brother's about to go into the Navy.
Really?
And I have it's a military family, and this is it's one of those places that not only for American history, but as part of the American military history, it's something to come and to kind of understand and give a little bit of respect.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, it's very solemn and quiet here. But the main reason you're here is your project.
Yes.
And that's what I want to hear about and share with our Beachwalks viewers. So
right.
what is it you're doing? Why are you here, and how did you get here?
So I got into a bit of an insanity fit a few years ago, and I was working for the New York State Senate, and I was exploring social technologies and new media technologies to promote electoral issues and issue-based candidates, and just this whole thing of trying to turn politics and turn legislative issues online.
Okay.
And one day I didn't have a boss, and actually I didn't have a boss for quite a while, and so we were just sitting around the office arguing how many countries there were in the world. It ranged from one, the United States, of course. That's the only country you need to know.
Right.
To 365, because
Wow.
that's how many days there are in the year. And somewhere it's actually around 193.
Okay.
Recognized depending upon which government agency. Yeah. And so we started exploring, and I started thinking, 7 continents, there's 7 ancient wonders of the world, there's the 7 oceans, there's the 7 seas, 7, 7, 7, and then all of a sudden out of the sky, something hit my head, and I think it was a ceiling tile. I was knocked unconscious for what seemed to be like several hours.
7 minutes?
7 minutes, yeah, 7 hours. And as I laid there unconscious thinking about what I could do next because I was so bored, I came up with the luck of 7 to travel around the world, 7 months, see the 7 oceans, vlog, and podcast 7 topics of freedom on $7,777 with 700 contributors financially, but then there's a million and other contributors that are out there, all providing housing, meals, places, hosts, just stories. I mean, really, it's just stories. I want to see the world, and I want to see this world at the beginning of the 21st century. I want to understand how technology is being used at the grassroots level. And I want to see what are these grassroots communities that I have partaked in inside the United States. So I'm traveling the world, meeting my peers.
Amazing.
And it's a complete honor to have completely accidentally run into you in my need, my
moment of need,
my moment of crisis.
So the way that happened is there's a website called twitter.com, and you can follow us at twitter.com/Shane, or twitter.com/Roxanne Darling, or twitter.com/NoNeck. And it's like a global instant messenger. And someone from New York, Tony Katz, a
radio personality
and friend of ours, knew that No Neck was in Hawaii, and so Tony twittered, "Hey Shane, go looking on the beaches somewhere, find No Neck, and get this guy a shower and a meal." So, when did you leave?
I left on 7707.
Excellent. And where have you been so far? So you're about halfway.
I'm halfway through the trip. I've been to 17 countries. The United States is my 17th country. I've gone through Europe, the Middle East, Egypt for my Africa trip. I'm sorry, the southern part of Africa. And then I ended up going to India, Thailand, Cambodia, Australia, and now I've made it here.
Wow. So you talked about contributors, or what you call your contributors. If Beachwalks people are interested, all of our viewers are interested, how could they contribute and see what you're doing?
You can find me at luckofseven.com. The trip is being funded by 700 people donating $11.11. But the sense, I'm calling this an open source journey around the world. So the term contributor also includes to people that host me, people that take me out for a night around town and show me what their life is like in their part of the world.
Sweet.
It's about sharing. I mean, this is the participatory culture that we're in. This is about trying to understand as many people as possible in this new media landscape and trying to really understand what this world is about before we blow it all up.
So anyway, thanks much, man.
Oh, free hook.
Luck of Seven?
Luckofseven.com.
All the links are in the show notes if you're getting these on other sites. And go visit No Next site and check out and see what he's doing. Thanks.